Hey, what's good, everybody? Cowboys Nation, good evening. This is JT Wolf representing the 14 Rings NFC East podcast. I'm here to bring you another episode of Barbershop Talk with JT, and also known as Earl, also known as JT. I'm right here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Just want to touch base on the upcoming matchup between the Dallas Cowboys going up against the Carolina Panthers. I saw something that was pretty solid from the previous game against the New York Jets, where I got a chance to see the young guys play very well. There's some learning curves with certain things. They just got to get better, but I'm glad to be able to see the speed and athleticism that's out there on the field. And I just wanted to touch base real quick on a few key things that I would like to see in this matchup against the Carolina Panthers. One, do not treat this game as seriously as possible, because it could be a trap game. It could be not. Cowboys, I want y'all to know, last week I felt like the Jets game was a trap game. Y'all proved me wrong. I need y'all to do that again for this matchup against the Panthers, because this Carolina Panthers team is scrappy. And for it, I know it's one that they're trying to find a way to get a victory, and they're definitely trying to ruin the plans of the Dallas Cowboys. So, Dallas Cowboys, the first key thing I need to see is that you're able to stop the run. I definitely need you to be better, especially with those run packages, being able to stop the run. Breece Hall had a couple of big runs in this previous matchup, and I know you may have heard of Rico Dowdle for the Carolina Panthers. This guy had a big game last week against the Dolphins. I think he had around 28 carries for 203 yards. He pretty much ran all through the Dolphins defense. But I know my defense is better than what the Dolphins were bringing to the matchup. So I believe Dallas, this is a big bounce back game, especially from what occurred last week against the Jets for you guys. I know that we had some injuries, especially in the linebacker room with Sanborn having a concussion. And we were pretty much missing his instinctive presence for that, but it was replaced by athleticism, running sideline to sideline, but it needed to be better execution for being able to hit the right gap, but also being able to smack the running back if they try to invite themselves into the gap. So with that being said, I want my linebackers to be better. If Sanborn can't go, I think it's time for him to really sit on the bench. I think he has the high instinctive play, but at the same time, I'd rather have Shamar James out there learning. I'd rather have K9 out there. I'd rather have Maris Leofau out there. And Damone Clark. What the world's going on with Damone Clark? I need to see him out there. But at the same time, I just want my linebackers to be better, and I believe they will be Cowboys Nation, because last week was just kind of getting plugged in a rookie and trying to learn on the fly. I think having a couple of days going into this upcoming matchup is another 1:00 game, and we'll be in Carolina. But at the same time, I think having a better game plan for Shamar James or whoever takes that middle linebacker spot, I think they should rip the Band-Aid and give it to Maris, because, I mean, he played it last season. I think he needs to play it this time around. So hopefully they're continuing to learn, allowing these young guys to earn their reps. I don't want them to lose their jobs because they're playing too hard and too physical to just kind of take them away from the field. That wouldn't be fair. Another thing I would like to see is continue to eliminate the big plays, especially on the deep ball. Wanye Thomas being back there in place of Malik Hooker has been a godsend. And I just found out that Dono is hurting and not sure if he's going to play this week. So Marquise Bell might take his spot. And I finally get to see the two safeties that I've been preaching and really wanted to see on the field. And that's Marquise Bell and Wanye Thomas. Guys, if you have this spot, do not lose it, because I know the potential you guys have, and I want y'all to be able to achieve that. So I believe the linebackers as well as the safeties are going to have a better game. Also with the corners, I think this might be an all-around better defensive game from the Dallas Cowboys against the Panthers. They have to, because I feel that they really got good traction last week, and I really want them to be able to build the momentum, continue week by week to get better. He got home on the pass rushing situation in the front. Kenny Clark, Osa Odigizua, Mozzie Smith. I want y'all to play better. I want y'all to be able to plug the middle, because no doubt in my mind, in order for the Panthers to win, they're going to try to keep the Dallas offense off the field. And I think they're afraid of our offense, as they should be. But at the same time, I don't want them to feel like that they can run over the defense, which they think they can do. I believe something different. Cowboys defense, I need y'all to be able to step up, or y'all need to step up. Kenny Clark, I believe you're going to have a better game. I think the whole overall defense is going to have a better game. I really want the secondary to be able to start playing more man, because I think that's going to be the best bet for them, where instead of zone being soft coverage, you're lined up against the receiver, and then you're one-on-one with them. And I trust my defense to the very best of the ability, but at the same time, I know that health is a concern. So you got to play with our strengths, and week by week, the secondary is going to get healthier, especially at the cornerback position. Diggs and Bland, they're getting healthier. So with them being able to stack on good days, that's going to be something solid for them. So I believe the defense as a whole is my key factor in this game. And I know Carolina wants to bully people by running the ball, and Rico decided to run his mouth, saying that we need to buckle up for this punishment that he's going to bring. Whatever you say, Rico, we'll bring our seatbelts and whatever you need to. But just know, you fired off first. We're going to conclude it. I'm going to shift over to the offense real quick. I am a bit tired, but I'm going to see what I can pull from the offense to try to see how we can take care of the Panthers. Their defense is nothing to push at, where before I do that, on the offense side of the ball for the Panthers, Bryce Young, he's playing a little bit better, but he's not there yet. Then you have Rico at running back. Then you have the receivers. You got Ted McMillan. You got Xavier Legette that's returned, as well as Hunter Winfrey. Now, that's not a bad receiving room, but at the same time, it's some young inexperience. But at the same time, they're very young and athletic. So my secondary better be ready for these guys. They really haven't had a good time to throw the deep ball, but I'm not trying to have that be their breakout party. Not in this matchup. So defense, take care of your business and handle the Panthers. Keep them from eliminating the big plays, as well as making sure you're making sure tackles, because you owe me for some tackles from this past game. Too many missed tackles. Clean that up. Clean up the missed tackles. Wrap up. You know how to tackle. You know how to tackle. But I'm going to shift over to the offense real quick. Offense, continue to run the football. That's going to be your bread and butter. And the play action pass is going to open up. And Dak Prescott, whenever he's doing the play action pass, that's his golden ticket. But I really want to see another receiver step up for Dak Prescott in this offense. Ryan Flournoy was the first. Who's going to be the next one? Jalen Tolbert, I hope it's you. But at the same time, if you can't do it, Ryan Flournoy already showed what he can do. And if we're continuing to get the tight ends involved, I want to see Brevin Spanford get out there and get some tick. Schoonmaker, he seems a tad bit slower, but I think working with him more on the blocking side will definitely be key. I would definitely try to target more Brevin Spanford, as well as Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson is playing really good right now with what he can do. I think some of those intermediate routes that he has a tendency to do, coming back to the ball, I want to see him try and get more upfield at certain times, because I think he can be a very reliable weapon for Dak with that. But not too bad from what I've seen so far. Dak Prescott, if you can continue to get him around 30 pass attempts, nothing that's over 40 or whatnot, I think that's a nice sweet spot for him, especially with his completions, as well as just being able to throw the ball around. He has a lot of weapons that he can utilize. I just want Tolbert to be able to play. I'm challenging him. I really want to see him have a big game. I know Flournoy can do it. I believe Tolbert can do it, but you got to show us. You got to show us, man, because I think this is your last season to be able to prove it. And if Mingo comes back and out here balling, that's gonna be something else. But conclude with who's gonna step up at the wide receiver position besides Flournoy and Pickens. Who's gonna be the next guy to step up? We need it. And then my last spot is gonna be the running back situation. Javonte Williams is running very well. He had 16 attempts last week. He had 135 yards. He had a rushing touchdown. And I also forgot that he had a receiving touchdown as well. So he had a really good game. But at the same time, I want them to add another running back to what he's capable of doing. Maximize the full potential that you need for your running back, and especially in the running back room. Hopefully Maffa gets back, but I need someone who's already have that veteran presence to go along with Javonte Williams. For hashtag RB1 duo. Get us that other RB1 duo to pair with Javonte Williams, Dallas Cowboys, and we can go beyond with this thing. I believe that this run game is really doing its thing right now. And just with all the coaches, I just want to give a shout out to all of them. They're doing a really great job getting this team organized. And with that being said, for the keys for the offense, which receiver is going to step up besides Pickens and Flournoy, and the tight ends. The next thing is continue to run the football, and who are you going to pair with Javonte Williams to take this team over the top? And for the matchup, I believe the Cowboys are going to win this game. I believe they'll get a good 2-touchdown lead on this team and maybe add a field goal, but it might be a dog fight in this matchup. Nothing's going to be easy, but Dallas Cowboys, I want you to take this game seriously. No trap games. Those who think it's a trap game, you have a right to feel that. But Dallas Cowboys, prove us wrong. No trap games. I got y'all winning this game. And yeah, great job last week, but we got the Panthers this week. And Rico, you opened your mouth. You're going to pay for that. But with that being said, thank you so much for the Barbershop Talk with JT. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to continue to add more to the Barbershop Talk, try to elevate more on my takes. But with that being said, if you like what you saw, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. If you like what you saw, share it with a friend or two. Would love to continue to grow. I really appreciate this team at the 14 Rings NFC East podcast. And you definitely subscribe to the channel. It'll mean a lot to us. You can also follow us on our social media page. You follow us on Facebook. You follow us up on Instagram. You can follow us up on TikTok, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Twitter, X, Threads. Thank you so much for tuning in. Blessings, much love. JT Wolf out.